every society or a group in the society have their own movements that they use it in their life, which we call it, or some people call it, body language. They choose this or these movements because of several reasons. I explained them to you before, and you know exactly how they choose this and how it comes like this way. These movements in the end let the society create it, or helping the society to create their folk dancing. The folk dancing, of course, the steps of these folk dancing have relationship or have roots throughout history. And sometimes we can understand the meaning behind the steps because of the history of these people or the society or this group inside the society. These movements not coming like this way, suddenly appeared like this way, because every movement, every step has something or has meaning behind. This is exactly can let us understand these people, why they are doing like this way or moving like this way, acting like this way. Sometimes also the movements can expose what is the feeling inside, because as I told you before, the dancing is, I explain the inner or the outer feeling I live in nowadays, or now, or in the past, but coming to me now, the story coming with me until now. So every step has its own meaning, which can be behind this, or in the front, you can understand it quickly like that. So you have to study the society right well to understand why they are doing like this way. Dance of Seven Veils is the second example, and of course I know all of you know the story of this type of dance, and also Salome. The story of Salome, it is completely different than Dance of Seven Veils. The story of Dance of Seven Veils, as you know, people in this time long ago, they were, as I told you, we don't know exactly their thinking or their way of thinking at this time, and Salome has or had her own purpose in this time to do something like that, to reach what she wants exactly. I'm not talking about if she was wrong or right and what had happened exactly, as much as I'm talking now about 100 years or 150 years ago, this type of dance appeared. Of course, again, you know exactly who created and how it comes like this way. Dance of Seven Veils, it is type of dance performed inside palaces, which it means exactly it is type of dance belongs a special type of people, high privilege in the society, not for the folk people. But later it comes out of the palace and became much more common to the people outside the palaces. So this is also the way sometimes how the classic story or the classic things can be very common to the people in the end, to the folk in the end. Why seven veils? Why not six? Why not three? Why not one? This question is very important. Number seven is a magical number all over the world, and not only in one area and others not, but in many societies, many places all over the world since long time until now. Number seven is very important. Maybe one day I create a video about number seven, exactly the magical number and how changed the collective thought in the society. Anyway, number seven now, we go back again to the veils, seven veils, and why exactly people created like this way, or the one who created this type of dance created like this way. And do these types of veils or the fabric changes something in our collective thought or in our minds, and how it comes like this way. Actually, there are, or let me say, they tries all the time to change our minds to their mind. I think you understand what I'm talking about. They tried all the times to take us to their point of view, which it is correct than us, which it is can maybe help us to be in safe and something like that. I'm not against anyone, I'm not against any minds like this way, but sometimes I'm against someone wants to change my thought, my thinking, to go on his way or to his way. If it is wrong or right, he can let me or he leave me to know exactly if it is right or wrong. Then I go or I stop. So these people or these special people in the society, they found that the seven veils are very important to think of them, and why exactly to play with the seven veils, to cover our bodies like this way, maybe to make something like seduction dance steps, yes, also to let the others in the front of me can see, or I have to manipulate with them to do something like that. If you look around or if you look beyond this story, you will find it like this. I believe it is not had happened exactly the same as the story. The story is completely different. But people thought it is like this way to let the others feel that it is a type of seduction dance steps to attract their eyes or their attention until they do what Salome's want, something like that. So it was like this way. Veils are not belongs only to Salome. I mean, dancing with veils not belongs only to Salome. We have a lot of sources explained to us that since ancient Egyptians' time, people in this time they were playing with veils, yes, also through their dancing or through their movements too. And also in Islamic era, we have the same dance with veil, yes, also, as you know, in Turkey, here in Egypt, and many places, many Islamic places all over the Arab countries too. So veils are not belongs only to Salome. But if we compare between the dancing nowadays, I mean belly dancing nowadays, this type of dancing, and what had happened exactly in the story of Dancing of Seven Veils, we will find some connection between both, something close to each other. The seduction dance steps, the veil, which dancers love very much to use it. It is type, or it is very important accessory dancers use it. I mean, belly dancing and oriental dancing, they use it, and they cover something. Look, when I'm using something to cover, to want to attract you or to wake up your imagination, or what I need you to have these imaginations. Dancing of Seven Veils was something like this, and we still use it like this way. If you listen to the music of Dancing of Seven Veils, you will find it classic music. Why? Because exactly that, the composer influenced with the story. The dancer was dancing inside palace, king sitting in front of her, special people around him, and doing this performance like this way. So we judging the dance because of the story, and we judging now these dancers because of the story, and also we judging them because of our minds, not because of the context. We have to know exactly the context. Without the context, we will not judging right well. So for this reason, a lot of dancers, a lot of belly dancers, we judging them because of this old story and why and what had happened in this time. So they are very strange or bad or something like this because of Salome's story, which it is not true, because we haven't any source throughout history told us had happened like this way, seven veils and this movements like that, just only a story. Where is the context to let me understand exactly what had happened? Of course, the context of this time, exactly we know it and we know everything around, but this belongs to this story. So how now I judge dancers by this way? So this is also very strange for me. Please be careful when we're going to judge any dancers like this way. I mean, like something else. You have to judge them because of the context. You have to understand why they are doing like this and the context around them. This is very important. And this is exactly expose the dancers, their minds and their feelings. Sometimes I do some special type of dances because I felt it like this way, and my life, my history, and a lot of things pushed me to do something like that. This is exactly the folk dancing when we're going to judge the dancers or the style of dance by this way. And of course, I have to understand everything around to understand exactly in the end, or to reach in the end the result, what I will tell you or what I will tell them. So this is exactly the main point. Please also use it in your life when we're going to judge someone. I mean, in old generations, you have to know exactly why they did something like that, or what is the purpose when they looking to this way to do something like this in the end, but out of your purpose or out of your methods to judge them right, well, or in a correct way. Thank you very much. And this was exactly all these points which I love very much to share with you, and I will be waiting for your questions and your comments. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video.